Hello and welcome back. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go having a little chat with Bones, because he has a few things for us, as we'll see in a minute. His newfound activated powers can help us in more ways than one, aside from supposedly being able to raise an army of the dead to protect the underground entrance to Avalon. He also offers a bit of training for us, and he isn't the only trainer in this chapter, as we'll see, but his is fairly worthwhile nonetheless, so we'll go talk to him and see what he has. And we see he has a few things. He has the Aura of Steel spell, which is like the Aura of Iron spell, only instead of protecting you 50% against physical attacks, it protects you 75%, so it's a significant boost. The Blizzard spell, which fires a small, blizzard of cold projectiles, and the Summon Wolf spell, which summons a number of wolves. The Summon Wolf spell sounds like it might actually be good, but fortunately the wolf involved isn't actually all that powerful. And they tend to die fairly easily, and I don't know if there's a limit on how many you can summon or not, but they're really not all that great. They just die too easily, unfortunately. So we won't really be using that. However, the Aura of Iron spell, or the Aura of Steel spell, is considerably better than the Aura of Iron. So we're going to be swapping that out. For sure, as you can see, it resists piercing, crushing, and cutting 75%. So our physical resistances are actually not too shabby. We're still no warrior, however, since our invulnerability rating isn't actually that high, but still we can resist most physical damage. Anyway, with that done, we can now head back to the portal, and we can head into Frostheim, because as was told to us several times by Bones and Philios, there is supposedly some kind of a mystical ancient tree in Frostheim that might be able to help us in stopping the shaman from influencing the astral realm any further. So that's where we're going to head first of all, and hopefully we'll be able to get the information that we need without too much trouble, but I suspect it will be trouble, as just about everything in the game is, otherwise it wouldn't be much of a game. And we're actually going to change up our prepared spells a little bit. We're going to swap some things around, and we're going to replace the protection from all spell for now, since I think protection from cold is more important at the moment. We're going to keep the mirror image spell. We're going to move Shadow to F11, and we're going to keep Fireball in F5, and I think that's it. Yeah, that's good. Reason for this is we're probably going to need protection from cold a lot more than protection from all in a place called Frostheim. So this seems like a logical precaution to make. And with that, we'll head through the portal. And as you might expect, Frostheim is littered with snow and ice. And if we head up here, we notice the first pack of enemies, and thanks to our shadow spell, they can't see us. So we're able to dispatch them without too much trouble. And after that, we can head further north, and we come across a little house. And what you'll find inside this house are several things. First of all, you can click on this bookshelf, and you'll find a Tome of Arctic Twilight, which enhances your frost spell. It's sort of a mirror to the Tome of Burning Pit that we found earlier. We'll also find a Ring of Greater Protection from Cold. and something called the heat shield, which protects against fire quite a bit. And it's actually not too bad of a shield. It's rather magical. And we have the weapon slot. Oops, where did it go? We have the weapon slot open anyway, so we might as well equip it. And there's also an individual in here, and we'll have a chat with him. And we'll explain our plight of trying to find the find the tree. And he also seems to know the woman that was being subdued by the Ahul shaman. And he mentions her name is Anea, and she is the guardian for the astral plane. And the tree might indeed have some information for us on how to free her. He also offers us some magical training and some spells. First is the Great Wolf spell, which is a nice anti-mage spell that we can cast on enemy casters. And it overcomes the deflect spell, since it's not a projectile. There's also a heal all spell that lets you heal all the members of your party. There's also two other spells two training things called the Mystic Arts and Advanced Energy Training, and you can see their stats are really good: +3 Perception, +3 Coordination, +5 Mysticism, and +1 Recharge Rate, and 45 mana and -5 Restriction. So we'll grab those, and these require a sort of gauntlet, of course, but it's sort of glitched in that you don't actually have to fight the enemy. In the first one, you have to fight a mirrored version of yourself, and it's not actually all that difficult, mostly because, well, you're sort of immortal for some reason, and in spite of all that's going on, they're not taking any damage, and they can't actually hurt you for whatever reason. So we're just going to leave and complete the training. And with that, we get the first of the training, and we can also pick up the second one. And it's another gauntlet, this one involving large numbers of skeletons that also can't hurt you. So again, not really too big of a deal. We're just going to leave right away. And with that, we're done with him. So now that we've picked up everything we need, we're going to assign that Great Wolf spell to our hotkey F6, since that lets you overcome the enemy deflect spells and defeat them anyway. But for other enemies, we're going to stick with the Fireball, since it does quite a bit more damage. And if you check the Great Wolf spell, it does equal amounts of piercing, crushing, and cutting damage. It does quite a bit, but because piercing, crushing, and cutting is resisted by most grunt-like enemies, usually using a Fireball or a Frost spell is a better idea against them. The Great Wolf spell is better against enemy spellcasters. Fortunately, hopefully we won't have to encounter too many of those, but this is the mage chapter, so that doesn't seem very likely. And as we explore this area, we notice that it's rather bleak and similar. Just more and more snow and yetis and wolves and more yetis and more wolves and more snowbanks, and much of the same thing over and over again. And once again, the shadow spell is paying for itself in that it's really keeping the enemies oblivious to our presence. But that may change in one of the areas up ahead, unfortunately, and we may have to rely on more advanced techniques, namely the mirror image spell. But once you've killed just about all the enemies in this area, we can head on to the top left, where we'll actually find a... oh, wait, no. Okay. If we head to the top left here, we'll find a little cave. Where is it? Here we are. We'll find a little cave, and this seems to be the only place to go, so I guess that's where we'll explore in the next video. See you then.